What's up? What's up, everybody? How's it going? 49ers fans, faithful, what's up? Let me know how you're doing out there. I'm trying to get the game to load up, but you know how NFL is. NFL Plus, I don't know if you guys use that. Let me know you're there in the comments if you're there, because I'm still trying to make sure I got all this stuff working. I am seeing comments from somebody who's promoting an illegal live stream, I think, is what I think I'm seeing right there. But we are just getting everything loaded up. If you are there, let me know you're there in the chat. It's my own wife not even in the chat. Babe, turn on the stream. Let me know how you guys are doing. What are you looking for this game? Let me know where you're watching from. I'm going to try and hop on here, see if I can figure this whole thing out. I'm a noob when it comes to doing this kind of stuff. I see some comments on there. What's up? Can you do regular season games too? Dang, dude. Great question. You got to tell me how to say your name. Ani? You got to tell me how to say that. Sometimes, yeah, for sure. Sometimes, for sure. We'll see what games work out with my schedule, but yeah, absolutely. Vegas, baby. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, buddy? Watching all the way from Vegas, dude. Let me pull up. I have a graphic actually. You're gonna have to look at this, dude. This is crazy. So check this out, Jeff. Look at this. So this is the map. 49ers fans out there, okay? 49ers are in gold, okay? You can see gold all over the place. You can see Nevada has more 49ers counties or sections or whatever than Raiders fans, which I think is interesting in itself. But then when you go down to oh my goodness, Hawaii down there, look at Hawaii. I had no idea until I saw this graphic that Hawaii is like chock full of Raiders fans, which is an interesting right there. Watching from Colorado. Let's go. That's where I'm at. Let's go. Now I said both, Ani. So you're going to have to tell me if I got that right. Bang, bang. Here from Mississippi. Wow. Let's go. Mississippi is, you got to let me know. How many 49ers fans are out there in Mississippi? Jamal, you got to let me know. I'm curious. Really excited for, man, this is going to be a really, really fascinating game in terms of what this means to the depth of the squad. I saw a really good tweet on this, by the way. I think it was Ani. The problem is I say it like 3 different ways, so it doesn't really help me there, but thank you. Is the private chat working too? Oh, that's the private chat. That's why. I'm like, dude, what am I talking about? Are you commenting? Let me know for real. This is my first time doing a live stream like this. I'm still trying to figure it out. Let me know if your comments are in the chat or if your comments are in the comments section, like for real, because I'm still trying to figure this out. Looking forward. Did I just see looking to see how efficient Purdy is with his receivers and see how he can maintain his connection with Ricky, how he does with the newer receivers. Jeff, I hate to break it to you, man. I don't think we're going to see Brock Purdy out there. I have not refreshed my Twitter feed in a little bit. I hope you're right. I would love to see Brock Purdy out there a little bit, but then also with all these injuries, I would not love to see Brock Purdy out there from that perspective for sure. We got another one from Mississippi there too. But yeah, Jeff, I love where you're coming from though. In general, I agree with you 100%. I really want to see how Brock Purdy is with these wide receivers. And we might not get a chance to see it, unfortunately. So we'll have to wait and see until week 1. But there's a lot to look forward to that I'm really excited about when it comes to Brock Purdy and these receivers, how he fits with Pearsall against other teams. Oh, what did I just do? I just messed it up. There you go. There's this. There it is. So that is on, where did I find that? If you look up 49ers fan bases across the U.S., you'll see a big one. I'm trying to remember the name of the website off the top of my head. But they've got like, or maybe it's even just NFL fan bases by state is actually probably what I searched up. And that's where you see it. And then you can like highlight over each of those little, can you hear me? Okay, good. That was weird. Let's go Niners. Yeah. Gonna be here for every game. Thank you, Ani. I think I got it right. Let's hope. I'm gonna keep going with that one until you tell me otherwise, right? Okay. Let's remove that. Oh, for the love of Pete. Here we go. I'm getting used to it. There we go. Yeah, we're good. We got it. So we're figuring it out. I need the game to start on my NFL app because this is going to really bug me. The way that they do this is a little bit frustrating at times, but because you can't really pull into the game until the game has like just begun. At least that's how it is with preseason games. But I'm looking forward to the season when that'll kind of not be the way that it is anymore. All right. Another question. Well, yeah. So for those of you that haven't yet, let me know where you're watching for sure. I got to know. I've got a banner for that. Where's that? Where you watching from? That's it. I already saw, who did I see? Mississippi. I saw Nevada, Vegas. How many 49ers fans are out there in Vegas? Is that a big fan base? Is there a big fan base down there? Let me know. I see a lot of 49ers fans in general in Nevada. Anis, Colorado. I'm in Colorado too, man. I'm in northern Colorado, like just south of that Loveland, Fort Collins area. Perth, Australia. What time is it in Australia right now? That's crazy. You're dedicated. It's got to be super late right now, right? Super late. Let me know, Ron. What time is it in Perth, Australia? I'm sure I could Google it, but it'd be more fun if you told me. Southern Colorado, Canyon City. Let's go. Really? Okay, so let's talk depth real fast, though. So 8:25 a.m. Wow, early morning, not late, early. Wow, that's awesome. Look at you, getting up early. Whenever I watch like Premier League games, soccer, whenever I watch Premier League games, that's exactly how it is. You're getting up super early and watching games. When I used to live back in California, I'd get up at 4:30 to go watch a game. I mean, that's when the games were happening. So totally respect that, Ron, getting up early to watch a preseason game where probably none of the starters are going to be out there. Let's go, Jam. Let's go, Niners. Let's go. Really genuinely curious, you guys. I'm gonna pop over to another slide here. This is all the fan bases for those of you that just showed up. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the 49ers offseason right now. How are you feeling about how the 49ers offseason went? Because it started slow. Free agency, scratching your head, right? Other than Luke Farrell, you're like, is there going to be any big moves? You got like guys like Saran Neal, who might actually play an important role. But you got guys who are like special teams and depth, right? That's a lot of the moves took place in that in that range, in that region. Luke Gifford, like those kinds of players, right? You expect them to do a job in special teams. You expect them to do a decent job on the field when they need to, but you're not expecting them to be starters, right? So I think that's interesting. When you look at this running back room, though, right? So this is right here on the screen. You can see how the 49ers trade math plays out, basically just with the running back changes from Jordan Mason, right? So to Minnesota, Jordan Mason and pick 187. To San Francisco, pick 160 and the 2026 6th-round pick. Then 2026 6th round to Washington for Brian Robinson Jr. So the final haul for 49ers is Brian Robinson Jr. and Marquise Siegel, who's a starter. Marquise Siegel is probably going to be a starter this season. At least at some point this season, he's going to be a starter. He's a rookie, so you never want to like guess if he's going to be for sure a starter on week 1, but he's looking like he's going to be a starter on week 1. And then when you get down to the actual cost, it costs you Jordan Mason and pick 187, okay, which is a 5th rounder, but you saved $5 million because Jordan Mason was a a restricted free agent. And so to keep him around, you would have had to pay him a $5 million fee to keep him here. And that's tricky for your backup quarterback or backup running back, right? That's tricky. And Jordan Mason was fantastic when he was fantastic. He was great when he was great. But the problem, obviously, the issue is that Jordan Mason had to develop the ability to be a pass catching running back as a secondary thing. Whereas Isaac Guerrero grew up catching the ball. He grew up a wide receiver. So you have a different running back who showed you a lot of promise. Both of them got injured in the season. And that became a problem for the 49ers, that you've got multiple running backs down. You have all three of your starting running backs down. And you're looking at guys that are way down the depth chart that you were not anticipating having to use all season long, or throughout the rest of the season, I should say. So when you look at the draft, when you look at the trade haul, in order to get Brian Robinson Jr. and Marquise Siegel, and Brian Robinson Jr., you're not even paying the full $3.4 million of his contract. I love the trade. How do you not love the trade? So from Washington was Brian Robinson Jr. Great question, Ani. Yes, Brian Robinson Jr. That's the move. David, what's up? Let me know, guys, where you guys are watching from today. Let me know where you're watching from. I got the map over here so you can check out the regions where 49ers fans are. Don't be confused by Louisiana. That is a different color gold. That is obviously the Saints. But, you can see 49ers fans all around the country. You can see 49ers fans right here in the middle of Michigan. I don't know how someone from Michigan is going to have to explain this to me, but you put your hand up and then you point at it, right on where it is. And I don't know if mirrored on the screen, if my hand's backwards or if it should be this way. Yeah, I think it's this way. That seems right to me. And that's where the 49ers fans are in Michigan. They're there. You got a lot of Lions fans, but I would love to cross-reference this data with the data from a few years ago, because Lions fans now, I get it. It's different now than it was before. Still waiting to get the stream up on my end. Oh, there we go. Just went live. Let's go. So I've got the stream coming up on my end here so I can actually watch it, which is great. But let me know how you guys are feeling about the running back room. I'm fired up about it. Genuinely. South Jersey. Welcome from Jersey. David Zeke. I know who you are now. You comment all the time. I was like, took me a second. Jersey. That picture of you looks like you're from Jersey. I feel it. I feel it there. My brother-in-law, or my brother, excuse me, my actual brother. Wow. Don't tell my brother that I accidentally called him my brother-in-law. My brother was born in Hackettstown, New Jersey. I don't know what part of New Jersey that is, if I'm honest with you, because I've never been there. But he was born in Hackettstown, David. So you're gonna have to tell me. You have to tell me if that's anywhere near your neck of the woods or if it's super far away. Arizona, but not for long. Where are you moving to, Scott? Scott's on his way to the Bay Area, I think. That's what I'm reading in there. That's probably a hard move, unless you're in Phoenix. Anybody moving to the Bay Area has got to be up against it, right? That's got to be a tough move. For me, we moved from California east, and so you get, in general, you obviously end up with cheaper housing and stuff like that. But okay, what I'm interested in as I'm watching, let me know what you guys are thinking about who you're watching for tonight. But I'm looking for those depth guys further down the roster. There's Jerry Rice on the TV right now. I don't know where you guys are at. I'll try and cue you up so we're on the same time in a minute here. But Jerry Rice did something today that he has never done on a football field in a 49ers uniform. And that was bobble a pass that he should have caught. That never happened in real life. It happened today, which is funny. I'm sure he didn't feel good about that one. The 49ers trade math, we were talking about that, just getting Brian Robinson Jr. in here and Marquise Siegel when it's all said and done for Jordan Mason, where you saved $3.2 million overall, and then pick 187. That feels like really good business for me. Brian Robinson Jr. is not a guy to be disappointed about. This is a player that you should be hyped on, if in my opinion. So we are not going to see Brian Robinson Jr. tonight. Unfortunately, the trade has not finalized officially yet, so we're not going to be able to see Brian Robinson Jr. But just let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling about Brian Robinson Jr., how you're feeling about this running back room, because you have Christian McCaffrey now. You have Christian McCaffrey, who is I'm hyped on, obviously, this season. I've told you guys, if you watch the channel regularly, you've probably gotten sick of me saying this, but I am super, super excited to see him healthy this season. Everything that from what I can tell and from what I've read from doctors and everything like that, like it looks like a really good situation for Christian McCaffrey. It looks to me, okay? You got bilateral Achilles tendonitis. I get that. Like tendonitis doesn't always just go away. You just need to rest, right? Well, Christian McCaffrey doesn't know what rest is. He's not familiar with rest, right? Until he gets a PCL injury 3 games in coming back from injury. And that injury sidelines him in the best ways possible, in my opinion. It's an impact injury, so it's not a concern that you have, that PCL injury. So the huge benefit there, the huge benefit for Christian is then he's forced to sit down and rest. He was in a knee brace for a while, like almost a full leg brace for a little while his knee was recovering and healing from that. And I think the benefit for the 49ers is we lost him in 2023 for the rest of 2023, but we got him in the best way possible. We got him for the upcoming season. I believe that truly. I really do believe that Achilles tendonitis in both legs is a lot better off because of that PCL injury. So if you want to call that, sneaky good news, I've been known to use that phrase now and then. You can call it that. Absolutely. You can call it that. Colorado or North Carolina, Scott. Wow. Okay. That's an interesting one. Is that a work move or what? You got to let me know in the comments. Not many Niners fans in Idaho. Hold on now. Wait a second. I think I saw there were some Niners fans up there in Idaho. You just haven't met them yet, maybe. Yeah, if you look at Idaho, there's a couple little sectors on there of 49ers fans. Let me know where else you're watching from. If you haven't yet, let me know where you're watching from. But there's a couple Niners fans out there in Idaho. Colorado, if you look at it, it looks just like what you'd expect, which is Broncos country, right? That's where I live, northern Colorado. And that might be true, but then I'm always surprised how many of you guys comment and tell me that you're from Colorado. So there must be a lot of 49ers fans out here, and I just haven't met them all. But absolutely. Colorado's cool, man. It's a ton of fun. According to the map, I am, Jam says. Oh, man. How are you guys feeling about watching Jim Harbaugh on the other side? How does that feel? How's it going to feel to watch Trey Lance on the other side? Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about that. And somebody, genuine question, are you guys commenting on the video or are you in the chat right now? Because on my end, I'm new to StreamYard. This is new for me. On my end, I am trying to figure out here what I'm actually seeing. Am I seeing comments or am I seeing chats? Let me know if you guys are chatting and I'm seeing that in my comment section, or if you guys are commenting on the video, which is a completely different thing. So for those of you that are not able to watch the game, if you're not watching, I hope you're watching, but if you're not, Jake Moody's setting up right now, about to kick off to the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm still getting used to that, if I'm honest with you guys. It's hard for me to not hear San Diego Superchargers in my head whenever I see that. Chat section, thank you for letting me know. That's good to know. That's really helpful. Seriously. I've never actually been done StreamYard before, so really helpful. All right. We have Jake Moody. Jake Moody, by the way, he's another guy to be watching today. Jake Moody missed a couple this morning or this afternoon in warm-ups. And that's fine, I suppose, as long as you we got a flag on the play. Flag on the play. But I like what I'm seeing out of special teams so far. But flag on the play. I completely lost my train of thought. Forgot what I was saying. But yeah, Jake Moody, we got to keep an eye on him. Obviously. He's another guy to be watching for. And to try and cue it up, if you're trying to watch at the same time that I am. Not able to see any Niners games. Dude, Ani, that sucks. We got a holding on the receiving team. Let's go. That works. I know it's preseason, guys. It's preseason. I'm trying not to get you hyped about it. I'm trying to not act like it's a real game because it's not a real game. This is a practice opportunity for a lot of players. But of course, you still want to see your players show out, right? So Trey Lance in there. Weird feeling for a lot of 49ers fans seeing him out there. I'm not actually that bothered by it, if I'm honest. I think the way that it sets up, the way that it is played out for Trey Lance, is most certainly unfortunate to say the least. But the reality is Trey Lance wasn't ready when we needed him to be ready. So I don't feel like the 49ers have done anything wrong with the Trey Lance play, even if he turns into a great team. Wow. That looks like 9-yard carry right off the bat there. Not good for our defensive line depth, which is obviously incredibly weak right now. Sam Okuanu's back in there. Let's go. Alfred Collins is out there. Jordan Elliott, Jonathan Garvin. We got Luke Gifford out there. Chaz Surratt, Jalen Graham. Okay. This is and then Tig Brown. Wow. Tig Brown is so far down on the depth chart that he's opening up a preseason game. What does that tell you about Jair Brown and how the 49ers see him this season? And that's exactly what I was talking about early on. The reality for the 49ers secondary right now, when you look at Jair Brown, the reason that you can say with confidence that Marquise Siegel is a guy who the 49ers believe is potentially going to be a starter, the reason you can say that is when you look at the field right now. We all know Kyle Shanahan, and he has right to be nervous. He has a ton of right to be nervous. But Kyle Shanahan is terrified of injuries. And he hates playing starters in preseason games. He gives Brock Purdy one drive. George Kittle, one drive, right? He does not like to play these dudes. Now, I wondered if we'd see Marquise Siegel. Anyway, deep ball. Ooh, deep ball by Trey Lance. Too far. I would not say fantastic coverage by Jair Brown. And I'd like to see the replay of that play and see what happened to the corner there and why Jair Brown's so far out. But that's an incredible, okay? You got to give this young and oh my goodness, defensive line absolutely got after it. Oh, it wasn't Jair Brown covering. Okay, it was Canteen. That's good, actually. I'm happy. Oh, here we go. Sky Moore, guys. Sky Moore out there for the punt return. Sky Moore, newly acquired wide receiver from the Kansas City Chiefs, was probably, he caught the ball. That's all that matters, right? Recently comes over from the Kansas City Chiefs. 49ers trade for Sky Moore. There's a lot of speculation about what that means. Bradley coming out to start the game as a quarterback. That's interesting there too. I do not remember if Mac Jones is still injured or if he's back healthy yet. I'm assuming not, though, because they brought Tanner Mordecai back in this week as well. So I'm assuming not. 49ers run the ball. Let's go. Is that Isaac Grendo? Who is that? It is Isaac Grendo. Let's go. I haven't seen him back in the uniform in a while. Jake Tonjes, Braden Willis, guys that you want to keep an eye on. Connor Colby's out there at left guard. Oh, that's surprising. Drew Moss is at right guard. That's very, very interesting. Connor Colby is believed to be potentially starting at right guard this season for Dominic Pooney in the first game of the season if Pooney's not back in time. Man, I'm actually really, really excited that Isaac Grindo's out there right now. You guys, that's who you need to be looking at right now. Going back and forth between this game and the NASCAR race. All right, fair enough, dude. Let's see if Isaac Grindo can give you the speed that he has promised for so long. And maybe you won't need to watch NASCAR because his speed will be so enticing for you. Sky Moore's out there. That's good. Need to see him get some running too. Of course, Bradley's throwing to him, so what does that mean? Sky Moore just, pass breakup. Sky Moore did not create any separation whatsoever. But Bradley didn't exactly do him any favors there either. That's right. Isaac getting his feet wet. You got it. Yeah. You would love to see Bradley get it to where only the receiver could get it, is what I just heard. That's you could pretty much say that on any given pass play ever thrown. Morstead out there. Oh, sorry. Where's my Aussie in there? I had an Aussie in the chat earlier. I want to know if you're disappointed that they brought Morstead in. You lost your Australian friend. Here we go. Special teams doing exactly what I want them to do. Just shepherd the guy out of bounds. Hit them if you have to, but do not let them pass you. That's all I ask out of special teams this year. Last year's special teams was absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. When you look back at those games, like you go one by one, the first 9-ish games, I think it's 9 or 10, somewhere around there. The first 9 games of the season, the special teams had at least one major issue that you could point to and say, that was a game changer for this game. 9. And I think over the course of the 17-game season, you probably have at least 14 or 15 of those where special teams absolutely ruins a game for you. Or at least had a big enough blunder that when you're looking back, you're like, yeah, had that not happened, they maybe had a shot. Yeah, some of it was the kicking, but a lot of it was just a poorly run special teams. And no offense, but that's just the way that it went. So Brant Boyer comes in, and all I'm asking Brant Boyer to do is simple. Please do me a favor and just mind your P's and Q's. I don't need to see anything flashy. I don't need to see anything special. I just need you to do your job. Do what's expected of a special teams unit. Play smart. Yeah, I agree with you, Z-Fen. Special teams were always the most nerve-wracking last year. Yeah, and a lot of that comes down to Jake Moody. Jake Moody was obviously a huge part of that problem there. And let me know how you guys are feeling about Jake Moody after that game-winning kick in a preseason game, mind you, against the Raiders. I obviously love that he gets the kick. I love that the opportunity's there. That easily, as a coach myself, I coached for 10 years, and as a coach, I always try to simulate game pressure. But there is nothing you can do to simulate real pressure in a game other than getting a guy who, like this. This is the best case scenario for Jake Moody and the 49ers. You get the guy out there in a game where he knows if he misses this kick, it's the second missed kick of the game, and he's probably on his way to another football team. And Jake Moody goes out there and hits it. I love that. But I'm still with Ani on this one. Nail biting. And it wasn't just the miss kicks last week. It was the whole season for me. But I obviously want to believe in the kid, and I want him to do well. Like, it would be best for the 49ers if Jake Moody is the guy that we believed we were getting out of Michigan. Because Jake Moody has he has all of the leg talent in the world. It's the question is, can he get his head in the right place and his technique in the right place to be consistent? Because he has an incredible leg strength. The fact that he can go from a 3-step to a 2-step and still generate incredibly high, incredibly long distance is pretty incredible. Marquise Siegel's out there. There he is. Okay, I'll take back whatever I said before. That's the funny thing, Z-Fan. Great comment about Jake Moody. This is the thing that I really struggle with when it comes to kickers. How many kicks does it take for you to gain your confidence in him? Because he started the season really well. Missed one kick after that, after he comes back from injury, and you're like, ooh, I don't know, man. And so it doesn't take long to break the confidence, but it takes a long time to build the confidence. You know what I mean? Trey Lance out there. Nice little simple play there. Handled by the 49ers. Teddy, I would love to show the game. If I could, I would show the game. I cannot show the game. That would be problematic for many reasons. Namely, because I like making these videos and hanging out with you guys. I enjoy it. But thank you for the comment. Let me know in the comments, guys. You know, who chat me. Who are you hoping to see today? Who do you want to see from the 2s and 3s? Ooh, could have had a pick there, Jair Brown. Let me know who you guys are looking forward to watching in this game. I was hoping that we'd see some rookies like Alfred Collins out there. That's a great sign. Oh, Renardo Green. Let's go. Renardo Green is on the field. That feels good, man. Renardo Green was a standout player last year as a rookie. When you look at what I think this rookie class is going to be, and last year's rookie class, you get to that age-old, if you can have back-to-back good drafts, back-to-back, it makes you a playoff contending team immediately. And on top of that, the 49ers also have Trent. There you go. Trent Williams. Well done. That's it. Was that a 3 and out? I didn't see. Did they get a first down or was that a 3 and out? See, I'm having too much fun talking to you guys. You're welcome for streaming. Absolutely love it. This is my first time actually doing it live. I've gone live one other time, but it was in a different setup. Man, Trey Lance not even within the ballpark of where he needed to be. There's CJ West on the sidelines, not suited up for the game. Still coming back from his injury, but should be back this week. So that's a good sign. When you look at the injuries for the 49ers, let's see real quick if Sky Moore's back there again. That's Sky Moore for sure. Get it upfield, son. Get it upfield. Okay. Yeah. I'm not blown away by what Sky Moore's done after the catch so far. But it looks to me, you trade for the guy because you know he can do it. It looks to me like Junior Bergen is not going to be on this football team. Upton Stout, yes. Great call out, Z-Fen. I am also ecstatic about Upton Stout. But back to the draft class. So, or injuries. When you look at this, the number of injuries here, I did a video on this a few days ago. You see somewhere around 20 injuries, right? Depending on the day. Of those 20 injuries, 17 of them, it used to be 18. One of them got downgraded. So 17 of those injuries, you guys, 17 of them are looking to be back around week 1, if not before. Before or at week 1, like right around week 1. So it's concerning for sure to see all of these injuries piling up. It's concerning for the lack of opportunities in training camp for these young players and for these players that are on the fringes trying to make the team. However, this is a fantastic situation injury-wise for the 49ers, considering how many players are injured, to go into the season having so few concerns about injuries beyond the first couple weeks. That's a huge sign. Speaking of the running back room earlier, I'm going to throw this up on the screen here. This is, I got to hide that comment, Z-Fen. It's a good comment. Sorry, man. Got to hide it. This is Jason Aponte's prediction for the running back room. Interesting decision here that I don't agree with, but I really appreciate Jason Aponte's perspective. And so I see where he's coming from. He's got Christian McCaffrey, Brian Robinson Jr., Isaac Guerrero, and Jeff Wilson Jr. as your 4 backs this season. I personally think Jordan James is still going to make this team. I think he believes that Jordan James, excuse me, I think I might have said Jordan Mason. I do believe Jordan James is going to make this team, and his take is that he's going to be an IR player. I don't know how that designation works when you announce the 53, and if you can announce him as IR right now, unless you announce him, I think you have to announce him as season-ending IR, or technically he has to count against your 53. So we'll see how that plays out, but yucks. That was an ugly pass from Bradley, who's now limping, which is a great sign. We need more injuries. If you're not a fan of more injuries, then what are you a fan of? That's obviously a joke. Luke Farrell is out there as the guy who Bradley was trying to throw to. Luke Farrell. This is an interesting move. 49ers put a lot of money out there for Luke Farrell, somewhere in the north of $20 million. And he's brought in as a run blocker. Struggles in the first game. Gives up a really bad play. Ooh, nice little pass to Marcus Robinson out there, who you're going to see Robinson out there, by the way, getting a lot of opportunities today because he's officially suspended. If you haven't seen the news, he's officially suspended for 3 games. There's a chance they could get it down to 1 or 2, but he's suspended. Good question on this about Pooney. Is Pooney going to be able to start week 1? Haven't seen anything of him yet lately. Pooney is around week 1. There's some who think he's going to be week 1 ready, but it's going to be tight. Sky Moore should have caught that ball on a 3rd and 2. End up having to make this game even more boring. Boring in the sense of, not a lot of offensive movement here. So we'll wait to see. Obviously, we'll know more as the week goes on if Pooney is kind of trending toward being ready week 1. But unfortunately, he is. This is not a good sign for him right now. That we haven't heard better news yet, and the fact that Connor Colby has been practicing on the right side. Just take care of business. Thank you. Let's go. Special teams getting a lot of reps early in the game. That's the one positive. We'll love that. That's Darrell Luter Jr. out there with the tackle. Let's go. So I'm hopeful Pooney's going to be ready, but with Connor Colby in there at right guard getting reps, there's a chance, C-Fin, there's a chance that he is not going to be ready, and that Colby, the rookie 7th rounder, is going to be coming in and doing the job for a little while. So, yeah. I am improving. I've never done this before, this whole live stream thing, so thank you for the compliment, even if it was meant sarcastically. I definitely have to work on that staying on topic thing, because I'm trying to watch the game and also, talk about what you guys are throwing in the chat there. Dominic Pooney was absolutely massive. We were talking not that long ago about the rookie players, how many rookie players from last year were absolutely incredible. Ronaldo Green, one of those, just came back. Excited to see him getting reps out there. Dominic Pooney was another one. And when you're thinking about, I talked about this, I was talking about the roster earlier and who you guys watching. So check this out. This is not going to include wide receivers and running backs for a reason. I'll explain that in a second. But this right here is, and sorry about covering tight end there. Should probably hide myself. This is Matt Mayoko's. There you go. That's better. Matt Mayoko's 53-man roster, minus wide receivers, because this was done a little bit ago. And so you're not going to you're not going to see Sky Moore on there, for example. So some of that gets messed up. But Matt Mayoko put out his 53-man roster pre-Sky Moore, pre-Brian Robinson Jr. So I'm not going to make him look bad by putting those position groups out there. And when you look at the list, the names on this list that you want to be watching for today are the names down toward the bottom, especially the guys who are not guaranteed to make this roster. There's one change also on the screen from the cornerback situation. Trey Brown is season-ending IR, so you're not going to see him out there. So in his place, there are a couple of individuals that could be in there. But Jacob Robinson's the one who's young that I'm hoping for. Darrell Luter Jr. is the other guy who's fighting for the spot, kind of is probably the more likely candidate from a vet perspective to make the team. I guess you could call him vet if you can. Any play-by-play would be appreciated. You got it, man. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it. Trey Lance with a really deep pass to I don't even know who, because I haven't followed the Chargers at all, because I did not plan for this in the same way I would prep for a regular season game. Ronaldo Green there with decently tight there. Good pass from Trey Lance. Tough route. Maybe would have liked a little bit better there from Chaz Surratt. But decent pass from Trey Lance there. One of the better passes of the day so far. Oh, baby. Incredible pressure on Trey Lance there. Manages to get a pass off, but absolutely got drilled. I think that was Chaz Surratt who was blitzing, and that's something you guys got to be excited about. You got to be excited about. Robert Saleh, I think that was Chaz Surratt. You got to be excited about Robert Saleh and what he's doing to this defense. Obviously, he's done it before with the 49ers, did it again with the Jets as a head coach. They struggled, though. He struggled as a head coach, but it's the Jets. So what does it really mean? Marquise Siegel taking care of business on a run that should not have gotten as far as it did. Gets to the first down line. Siegel taking care of business. Something that is you should be really excited about with Marquise Siegel. This guy's a rookie, right? What do you ask a rookie to do? Just get in the rhythm of the game. Marquise Siegel goes over the top. Not only has he been incredibly impressive, but he has open field tackles every single preseason game so far. That is a really exciting prospect for a young player. Chargers run the ball, don't get far, whistle blown. 49ers just stuff the run, basically. Not a whole lot specifically to handle there. But Marquise Siegel, you guys, I'm absolutely ecstatic about him coming out of Kansas State. He is a guy that I expect any starting safety should be expected to be able to handle an open field tackle. Easy, right? That's guaranteed. Ronaldo Green handling business on the next play. Trey Lance gets a nice little 4-yard. Oh, yeah, guys, whoever else is a 49ers fan, whoever else is a 49ers fan, you should subscribe too. Love the call out. Thanks, man. But Robert Saleh is going to have a massive impact on this team. The disguised looks, something that was so disappointing with Nick Sorensen last season, absolutely unacceptable, was how vanilla the defense looked every single game. We went out there acting like we're the best team in the league and prove us otherwise. And our defense was proven otherwise. And you've got Fred Warner out there on a broken ankle, going every single play on a broken ankle for the majority of the season. Statistically, I mean, or literally was broken. Like I'm not making that up. And he's the only reason that the defense was as successful as it was. But it was an awful defense. We have another 49ers fan smashing the like button. Let's go. Smashing the like button. You're the man. It is 4th and 3. Chargers are going for it on the 49ers 38-yard line. And the 49ers managed to get them to false start. Let's go. I'm going to take credit for that because why not? We should take credit for it. Always. Yes. You got your right tackle, backup right tackle out there, sharp out there, false starting. Totally messes up the game. And now it's 4th and 8. Jim Harbaugh, probably not stoked about that. And now you're punting where you could have been in field goal range. That's fantastic. Sky Moore is going to be out for another opportunity at the punt return. This will be his 3rd punt return of the game. I did not expect, 9 minutes into the game, 9 minutes of game time, to have 3 punt returns for Sky Moore. But this is good reps for him. This is great footage for the 49ers in determining whether or not Junior Bergen is going to make this team. I don't expect him to. And Sky Moore is going to get out of the way. Chargers are going to hold that at the 3.5-yard line. So horrible field position. But again, this is preseason. So I love the bad field position because it puts Bradley out there, puts Grendo out there in opportunities to do something with bad field position. This is, preseason is an opportunity, especially the last game of preseason. This is an opportunity for these guys to go out there and show them why they belong on this team. Now, other than Marquise Siegel, other than who else? Isaac Garendo. Who else have we seen? Connor Colby. Other than these guys, Grendo's getting looks right now because he needs experience. He needs reps right now because he's been out injured. Connor Colby and Marquise Siegel are getting reps right now because they're rookies. So those are the only starters that I'm seeing out there right now. I might be missing somebody. Let me know in the comments if I'm missing somebody else that's out there. I could definitely pull up ESPN if we wanted to take a look at it. But, as far as I'm concerned, you don't want to see a lot of starters out here. If you're seeing them out there and they're not rookies or haven't been injured, then that tells me that they're further down the depth chart than I think they are. Now, Connor Colby, I don't know that he's going to be a starting left guard this season. He's in there right now, and he was in there with the ones last week. But obviously, Ben Barch is the guy who believes he owns that opportunity. He's the one who believes that he's going to be the starting left guard this season, and that's how they entered training camp. Now, whether or not that stays is a good question. Couldn't tell you. Since Andrew's out here, Andrew, how did those Broncos look? Andrew is from Colorado. How'd those Broncos look, man? Let me know in the chat how the Broncos look today. I did not watch. I saw a lot of points go up on the board. As you guys know, I'm from Colorado or in Colorado. I'm from California, but I'm in Colorado. Been here for 15 years. And so obviously I'm married into a Broncos family. And so we do watch a fair bit of the Broncos, several 49ers going to Broncos country this season. Let me know, Andrew, if you're there. If you're still there, let me know how the Broncos look today. Lots to prove for every single player on the field this game. This will be fun to watch. Yes, Z-Fen, you are absolutely 100% correct. Lots to prove for every player. Now, it'll be interesting to see how many snaps they give some of these young bucks. There will be, Tanner Mordecai just stepped in there. So Bradley's out. I don't know if that's because of the ankle, but Mordecai's in. And this will be really interesting because Mordecai could end up playing the rest of the game, the entire game. Genuinely, I'm not even making that up. So we really need to hope. Sky Moore's still out there, it looks like, as well. Spencer Burford's out there. Be watching him as well at left tackle. Spencer Burford had a rough go against the Broncos, which Kyle Shanahan kind of wrote off as some other things. Oh, my word. This offensive line just got absolutely eaten up. Guerrero, lucky to have a loss of 2 on the play. Fortunate to have a loss of 2 on the play. That's embarrassing. And that footage, we're going to, Matt Hennessy at center. Yeah. Jake Brendel is confident that he has the starting job after seeing that play. I mean, he was going to have the starting job anyways. I'm going to get to your question, Scott. I promise. Nice little pass to Robbie Chosen out there. Robbie Chosen actually has a chance to make this team, guys. That's crazy to me. I did a video on this a couple days ago. I never in a million years would have thought Robbie Chosen Anderson could actually make this team. And that's because of injuries primarily, but also because he had a really good game. John Lynch went on KMBR on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, and said that Robbie Chosen on the GPS data is as fast as anybody else out there. So that's something. We'll take that. And Tanner Mordecai better, do not throw it away. I throw it away. Yeah, he's good. Tanner Mordecai had to throw it away because he was in the end zone. We saw what happened against the Broncos. If you do that, you know not to do that. But there's a flag on the play. And by the look in Tanner Mordecai's face, I don't know. It could be our offensive line. We'll wait a second to get that information. But best place to live in Colorado, dude? That's a great question. Depends what you're looking like. Offsides on the offense, by the way. So that'll be a half the distance to the goal. Oh, illegal shift. Excuse me. I misread the hand signals. I can't hear the game. I'm just watching. Jeez Louise. Tanner Mordecai actually did really well to not get sacked in the end zone there. So real fortunate there. But it's a 4th and 4, and they'll be punting with, oh boy, how much space? Morstead is punting with, actually not too bad there. He's got a little bit of space there. He'll be all right. The field position is not going to be great for the 49ers, but that's fine, whatever. Special teams needs to get up there, though, and handle this right now. Oh, my word. Special teams had an absolute blunder. He's still going. Could have taken it to the house. Was one player, maybe 2 players away, Jair Brown, with the tackle, keeping him from taking it to the house. Now, it could come back. There's a flag on the play. Not sure what the flag's for. Could come back. So we're waiting to find out what happened there with the flag on the play. But 31, Miller for the Chargers. Wowza. Holding on the receiving team. Let's go. Holding on the receiving team. So it's coming back. That is an eye-opener for special teams. Miller Hines absolutely carved up the 49ers special teams unit. Obviously, a lot of depth guys out there. I'm not trying to say this is our ones or anything like that, but not a good situation for this special teams unit. Brant Boyer is going to love reviewing that film with those players because he's going to be eating into them. If you guys don't know Brant Boyer is he's an intense individual, very hard on players, old school football type. And I love that. I love that because all I wanted to see last year was a special teams unit that was baseline. All I wanted to see was just go out there and don't make big mistakes. Scott, I swear I'm going to get to your question. We'll have a commercial break one of these moments here, and I will get to your question, so don't go anywhere. Whew. Okay. They will start the drive on their own 34-yard line. Lance is out, so he's no longer in the game. Deep ball, way too far. Could have been picked off by Marquise Siegel, if I'm not mistaken there, to it looked like. but there was another flag on the play. This looks like a preseason game, doesn't it? Got a lot of flags on the play in this first quarter. That is not ideal. Best places to live in Colorado. Okay. Depends what you're looking for, right? So the mountains are incredible. I believe, Scott, if I'm not mistaken, I saw you comment that it's really hot where you're at. You're just ready to get out of the heat. I'll tell you, down the mountain, it can get pretty hot still. It's not Phoenix hot. Your first couple of years, when I moved here from California, I think it was a legal man downfield, if I just read the referee correctly, on the Chargers. So that works out well for the 49ers there on a play that we had no business committing a penalty on that play. But if you, when I moved here from California, it was really hot. I didn't get really hot for like maybe my first couple of years here because I living in LA for a while. It gets pretty hot in LA, and you have a little bit of humidity too. So if you are looking for the big city life, if you're coming from like a Phoenix area or whatever, Denver's pretty awesome. It's not as big as Phoenix. It's pretty awesome though. And Colorado Springs can be cool too, depending on what part you're in there. If you're looking for the mountains though, I mean, you cannot go wrong with a ski town if you can afford it. All the ski towns are epic. They chill out in the summertime. But it's awesome. I love going to the ski towns, even in the summer. It's one of my favorite things to do is go to the mountains in the summer. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you get this coming from Arizona, but if you live by the beach in California, like I did growing up, you need the mountains because you need something because you don't have the beach in Colorado. So there's a huge benefit there. Taylor Heinickel out there. Passes incomplete under a little bit of pressure. Jalen Graham out there. Nice job. Nice play. Thoughts on the Sky Moore drop? And Scott, if you remind me later, we'll keep talking when we get to another commercial break, a longer commercial break. I will happily tell you more about places to live in Colorado. But Trent, you have a fantastic question here. Thoughts on the Sky Moore drop? My thoughts on the Sky Moore drop are it's a good thing you're a depth player, but it's not a good look when a team trades for you and you drop the ball. He didn't look good on either of his opportunities, by the way. 2nd and 15. Long run, right up the middle, right up the gut. I'd like to know if Alfred Collins is still in there. Chaz Surratt with the tackle, but they cut back on that 2nd and 15 and got a nice chunk of yardage there. Don't love that. Taylor Heinickel as your third string backup. Not too bad there, huh? Not too bad for the Chargers. They're going to run the ball a lot, the Chargers. Like I'm really interested to see how they play in a real NFL game because I know they're looking for other things. But Chargers with 3rd and 5. So they got 10 yards back on that play. That's pretty wild. Nice pass breakup. Let's go. 49ers do a pass breakup on 3rd and 5. And that is Darrell Luter Jr., who is fighting for a spot on this team with a beautiful pass breakup. Wide receiver's probably claiming there's a little bit of little too much contact there. He's probably frustrated with the referee. But absolutely great play from Darrell Luter Jr., who desperately needs plays like that this game in order to make this team. I'm leaving your comment on the screen, Trent, because I'm going to come back to it. Don't go anywhere. 4th and 5. It is the first quarter, and Sky Moore has now had four punt returns. A lot of reps for the young man. If he can turn this into something special, that'd be kind of nice, but he does not. Not taking advantage of the opportunity to get upfield. So where I'm at with Sky Moore right now, Trent, is you get traded to the 49ers. This is a lifeline for you. He was going to get cut. He was legitimately going to get cut by the Kansas City Chiefs. That's what a lot of people believe. And the 49ers essentially say, let me do you a favor. We'll give you some draft compensation to get first dibs on Sky Moore. That's basically what happens. And the 49ers only do it because of their wide receiver situation with all these injuries is insane. But it's not a good look for a guy to go out there on his first play, not create any separation. Throw from Bradley was bad on his first pass. So as his first opportunity, you're not going to hold it too much against him. Hits him in the hands, but it's behind him, and he's not created any separation, so not a good look. And then the second play, the second opportunity gets in an actual running a route, he drops the ball. Not a good look. Isaac Guerrero with a run up the gut. Doesn't really hit the gap perfectly, but that's okay. Decent. And Guerrero, with the shoulder injury, it's nice to see him taking a hit and looking confident there, but only for a couple yards. Now, if I'm not mistaken, believe there was a penalty flag on the play, and I think that was offensive. I think that was us. Matt Hennessy, perhaps. Camera is zoomed in on Matt Hennessy, so I'm assuming it was him, but I missed that one. Tanner Mordecai back, 1st and 15, so it definitely was on the 49ers. 1st and 15 on their own 5-yard line, guys. That's not ideal. They run it up the gut with Isaac Guerrero, who gets maybe three and some change, 3 yards. Sky Moore. Ooh, where was Sky Moore? Never mind. I was hoping maybe I saw him doing something a little interesting there, but I was wrong. Now, the question for some of these depth receivers, when you think about like Robbie Chosen, are these depth receivers going to be able to produce in the things that are most important to 49ers, to this front office, which is, can they block? That is going to be most important on these depth guys. Can they go in there and do a job when they need to? In other words, pull a Juwan Jennings. Luke Farrell gets another pass opportunity. Just getting reps for Luke Farrell in pass catching. He has had a couple good plays in his career through the air, but it's not his selling point. I'd like to see, I think Braden Willis is out there too. It's another tight end. He's fighting for a roster spot, but I believe he's got it locked down. If the 49ers take 4, he's got it locked down. 3rd and 5. Passes deflected from Tanner Mordecai. So it is going to be another punt. This is not your favorite game you've ever watched. Let's be honest. This is not your favorite game you've ever watched. Goodness gracious. You would love to see a little bit more out of this patchwork offensive line to get Isaac Guerrero a better gap, to get Isaac Guerrero some better reps. He's going to stay out there, but I mean, this is a punting fest. This is a special teams game, you guys. This first quarter has been all special teams. Nice long punt from Morstead again. Oh, he fumbles the punt, and the 49ers might have recovered the ball. The 49ers might have recovered the football. If that's the case, this is a great, great sign. Isaac Guerrero goes in there trying to get the ball and might have just gotten injured. That is really, really bad news. Isaac Guerrero is favoring his left shoulder there. And I do believe the 49ers got the ball. Braden Willis, I just talked about him, gets the ball. Oh my goodness. Comes off the dome. Comes off of his helmet. Guerrero gets in there. Let's see if he gets hit or anything. I don't really see Guerrero taking a hit, but he's definitely out. Man, keep an eye on Guerrero, guys. If he's injured, if he jacked up that shoulder, his right arm, he's still not moving a whole lot. That is really, really bad. There is a injured Charger down on the field. Yeah, that's not a good look for Mickens, the Chargers. But awesome opportunity for special teams. You know, like I said, this game is all special teams so far. And awesome for them to get a turnover. Take advantage of it. Love the commitment to the play. And it'll be, it looks like Mickens is going in the tent. And Guerrero is definitely worried about that shoulder. He's talking to the trainers right now. And it'll be 1st and 10. Guerrero is not on the field. I'm assuming it's Keyshawn Vaughn, but I haven't seen yet. Oh, it is not Keyshawn Vaughn. It is Wilson. Jeff Wilson Jr. is out there running the ball right now. And that's not a good sign for Guerrero. I hope he gets back out there. I don't know that they'll risk him. So geez Louise, that's bad. 2nd and 10 from the Chargers 38. And it is a 1st down play. Let's go. Luke Farrell gets another opportunity through the air. As I said, I think they're just really trying to get him some reps through the air, get him some opportunities for some pass catching, running routes, all that good stuff, and manages to move the chains. The chains are still out there. Chains are still out there, but I don't know if that really counts anymore. Do they care about the chains anymore with the new technology? Jeff Wilson Jr. runs it for 2 yards, maybe 3, somewhere close to that. We're coming down to 20 seconds in the first quarter. Goodness gracious. Isaac Guerrero is lifting his arm. His right arm, where that shoulder injury was, same shoulder. That is bad news. Bad news. And the only thing I can think is it didn't seem like he made incredible contact on that play. The only thing I can think is when he went down, he dove for the ball, and just diving for the ball and his arm kind of being down on the turf jacked up his shoulder. But that's really unfortunate. Guys, got like 12 minutes and then I have to run. Like 12 minutes. And I'm going to have to run today because I got to put the kids down. Kids got to go to bed. But I'll be watching the game, and we'll be more content coming out always. So appreciate you guys jumping on here. Let me know your thoughts so far. For those of you guys that are watching, let me know in the comments what's going on. I want to answer this question because it is a commercial break, and I told Scott, best place to live in Colorado. So again, if you're looking for a city, Denver's a good city. I love Denver. Most of the time, it's pretty good. Post-COVID, there have been some eras down there that I haven't loved a ton. But yeah, and then let me know your questions in the comments too about what we're seeing so far. I'm happy to give my take on them. But if you want to do the mountains, I'd say get into as close as you can to any of the big ski towns. That's where it is at. If you can be near Vail, if you can be near Breckenridge, any of those places, absolutely incredible. Boulder is a beautiful, beautiful city. It's worth visiting. Just go to Boulder and check it out. It's a really unique town. It's similar to San Francisco in terms of it's like startup capital kind of thing. So there's some uniqueness in Boulder. Boulder's right in the foothills. You have these beautiful mountains that overlook, stand over top of Boulder. And you get a little bit of weather, but it's really nice. Colorado Springs is cool too. I like Colorado Springs. Depending on what part of Colorado Springs you're in, you get very different experiences. So there's a lot there. Offensive line. Yeah, I know, man. Here's the thing about this football team, you guys. I'm just being real with you as a 49ers fan. The ones on this team are good. I think we have a really good team. I think we have some young players, and so I think we'll have there might be a little bit of a slow start for some of these guys. But the ones on this team are solid. The 2s and 3s, I get nervous pretty quick. And this offensive line, you're looking at guys like Matt Hennessy, who looks rough. What just happened on my screen? For those of you that are not watching live, it was a commercial. I turn around. It's Tanner Mordecai throwing a deep ball to Demarcus Robinson for a touchdown. 49ers touchdown. Let's go. Pass pro on that play. Let's see how it looks. You're talking about the offensive line. I've seen better pass protection, but a great pass and a great catch from Demarcus Robinson. Only he can get it. Demarcus Robinson runs a fantastic route there from first look. Absolutely perfect. Here's Jake Moody with a 2-step point after attempt. Should be straight down the middle. And it is. Oh my goodness. You guys, Jake Moody just missed a point after. Wide left. And Kyle Shanahan, the look on Kyle Shanahan's face is trade this guy now. Drop him. Somebody call Greg Joseph, please. Can we get Greg Joseph back on the line? Greg Joseph, have you been picked up by another football team? Because if you haven't, I might need you to come kick for the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Jake Moody, they're, of course, going to show highlights of his game-winning 59-yarder or whatever it was. Yeah, 59 yards. And they're going to show the players running on the field, I'm sure, and being stoked. But, oh, my goodness. Don't get me wrong. Like, guys miss point afters. It happens, okay? It happens. But it can't happen to Jake Moody right now. It cannot happen to Jake Moody right now. Because Jake Moody right now needs to make every single opportunity he has, and he definitely needs to make anything under 40 yards. Like, no exceptions unless the wind is insane and it's raining and pouring, like you have no excuse. He is probably feeling super nervous right now just to kick the ball off. Oh my word. That is not a good look. Special teams takes care of business on that play. Brent Boyer making sure that things are taken care of. I believe the Chargers will have it somewhere around the 20, but oh my goodness. Yeah, let me know how you're feeling about Jake Moody right now, who just missed a point after attempt. This is a very, very, very bad look for the San Francisco 49ers and their kicker right now. Whoo! Heinickel's back out there for the Chargers. Once upon a time, I had Heinickel on my fantasy team as a backup quarterback. Don't ask me why. It was a mistake. Here we go. Chargers trying to run the ball. Nothing that can get through the middle. Tries to kick outside. Evan Anderson, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was Darrell Luter Jr. All involved in the play, though. And the 49ers defensive line force him outside. Not great containment, but the support from Evan Anderson running way, way out of the middle of the defense. Well done from Evan Anderson, undrafted free agent last year, and got a lot more opportunities than we expected to see from Evan Anderson because of who was it that got injured? It was a big one. Javon Hargrave got injured. That opened up opportunities for other guys like Evan Anderson. No, I'm not sure what I missed there. It must have been a flag on the play because it's 1st and 5. They just ran the ball for 2 yards, maybe a yard and a half, something like that. So I must have missed something there. Apologies for those of you that are not able to watch. But genuinely, let me know what you guys think about the kicker situation. It is far from ideal. Far from it. 49ers lining up. 2nd and 4 on the 28-yard line. Heinickel throws middle. And Chaz Surratt absolutely messes up that opportunity to tackle him for what would have been a short gain, but first down, and gives up several extra yards because he fails to wrap him up and get him down. Not a good thing. Z-Fen, thing that sucks for Jake is that I don't know if he'll ever get that confidence back. That can ruin careers, especially for kickers. 100%. I think about kickers in football much like a goalie in like soccer or hockey. It's really, really hard when you've blown it and your mistakes are magnified. No doubt. Like other players, Chaz Surratt misses a tackle and he can come back and he can do something about it in the next play. Jake Moody has to sit there and fester and hold on to it and wait. He doesn't get the opportunity to go out there and fix it. And so you definitely see that happen. I'm trying to think who a good example, and like in soccer, like Joe Hart was a guy at one point, England international goalkeeper, was like one of the best, and had a really, really bad stretch on the latter portion of his career. Ended up playing for other teams, not the top dogs. And I think that happens to kickers too. Like Jake Moody, you're absolutely right, Z-Fen. He might never, ever get his confidence back. That might be it for him. And the sucky thing is, the critic in me is like, we're gonna kick him off this team. He's gonna go find another team, and he's gonna start making game-winning kicks again, or something like that. That's where I'm. What I worry about. But the bottom line is, the guy, he needs a reset. And I thought this offseason was the reset for him, and he didn't get it. Chargers just giving more reps to the 49ers defense. Gain of a few yards. Trent Williams is on the screen. How many games is Trent Williams going to be healthy, you guys? Let me know for real. How many games is Trent Williams going to be healthy this season? He has not been healthy for all, back in those days, it was 16 games. He has not been healthy for the entire regular season in a decade. Over a decade. And I love Trent Williams, future Hall of Famer. we need him to be healthy this season desperately. Spencer Burford, he's looked okay. But he might even be a step down from Jalen Moore, because Jalen Moore was an actual tackle body and Spencer Burford might not be. Now, if he only has to come in for a game here and a game there, I think we can get by with Spencer Burford, but I am concerned. I have my concerns for sure. Couple weeks, guys. What is that? 15 days until the San Francisco 49ers are playing the Seattle Seahawks in a real game with real ones on the field, and I cannot wait for it, as the Chargers run it up the gut and their offensive line does what Jim Harbaugh is good at doing with offensive lines and teaching them how to run the ball. Pretty wild there. I have to go put the kids down in a couple minutes here, so I got to run. But thank you so much for jumping on here, guys. Giving me my first rep, giving me my first opportunity to do a little bit of live streaming. Appreciate the feedback. I'm learning, figuring it out. The first rep is always the hardest, right? Heinkel steps back. They go to run the ball again, as Jim Harbaugh will do with the Los Angeles Chargers. And he runs it for what looks like a good 8 yards. So that's a 1st and 10. It's going to be a 2nd and 2. Yeah. Here's that 53-man roster projection I was telling you about, by the way. If I can get it up. There we go. For those of you that were interested in that 53-man roster, thank you, Ani. Dude, I'm hyped. Thank you. It'll be fun. We'll do more. That 53-man roster, though, here it is on the screen. For those of you that are interested in taking a look at Matt Mioko's picks, wide receivers and running backs are not down there. Heinkel, I'm not even sure what just happened there, just dropped the ball and had to jump on it. So that'll be a 3rd and longer for the Los Angeles Chargers. So the 49ers benefit from that play there. I have to watch the replay. We got Trent Williams on the screen, so I don't have a replay right now for those of you that can't watch. So I'm trying to get it up there. Thank you, Zfen. Thank you, Ani. Thank you for joining in the chat. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're not gonna get a replay on that, so I don't unfortunately get a chance to see that play again. Looked like a fumble from Heinkel, but I'm not 100% sure. So it's a 3rd and 8. That turned 2nd and 2 to 3rd and 8. That's great. And there's another flag on the play. This is a preseason 3 game if I've ever seen one. Kyle Shanahan will not play his starters if he can avoid it. And he's doing his best impression today of Kyle Shanahan week 3 of preseason. He's doing his best to not play the starters. And you know what? With the number of injuries they've had this season, I do not feel that bad about it. I get it for sure. And guys like Darrell Luter Jr. are getting opportunities to make this squad right now, and that's great for him. So it's now a 3rd and 13. So that flag, whatever it was, I think it was a false start. Maybe it looked like another false start from the right tackle there. Yep, 100%. That was another false start. Oh boy, he's having a bad day. So that's going to be a 3rd and 18 or something like that. Goodness gracious. They went from 2nd and 2 to a 3rd and 18 on a fumble and 2 false starts. It's fantastic. By the way, I talked about Miller Hines earlier. He wasn't the one who got injured. Never mind. He's the one who dropped the punt return, though. I want to say. Not the one who went injured, though. But he's back out there. Heinkel drops back. The defensive line has decent pressure. So I'm stoked on that. Oh, you want to do win-losses real quick before I take off? Dude, let's do that. How many wins? Let me know in the comments real quick before I go. How many wins are the 49ers going to have this season? I sure hope a 49ers fan is wrong at 8 wins at best. Don't be discouraged by preseason football, man. I feel you. It's discouraging. But don't be too discouraged. And let me know for sure, like a 49ers fan, let me know what your reasoning is there. 49ers have an incredible schedule for them. That's a great opportunity. But, oh my goodness, just drills a massive field goal. The Chargers just drill a massive field goal right after our field goal kicker can't even hit a point after. Embarrassing. We're going to commercial, but you know what, guys? Thank you so much for jumping on here. I appreciate you. It was super fun figuring this out, trying this out. I'm hoping the 49ers are winning double-digit games this season. That's what I'm kind of projecting right now. But we have a lot of questions that will be answered in the first game of the season in 2 weeks. So don't go anywhere. You guys will see me tomorrow. 11 wins, growing pains for the defense at first, but they'll put it together. That's exactly where I'm at, Z-Fan. It's exactly what I'm saying. I think we're going to see a little bit of rookie mistakes and stuff like that early on, but I think it's going to work out just fine for the 49ers in the second half of the season. That's the business end of the season when you want to see it anyways. That's it right there. So crazy. But hey, listen, I got to run. Thank you guys. I'm going to go put the kids to bed, be a good father, not be too glued to football, as addicting as it can be. And I want to thank you guys for jumping on here. Appreciate you guys and hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your evening. Hopefully we get to see a lot more good stuff coming in just a few minutes.